So I didn't want to come back as Cody Rhodes after my dad died because, well, that's cheap. I worked 10 years of my career just to take the cheap pop and I'm doing it for Dusty. No, like I've always been part of me doing it for my dad, but I'm doing it for me. Like my dad wouldn't want me rallying behind. That's fake, and that's too fake for me personally. And my dad would have hated it. So in hindsight, I should have just taken time off. However, I jumped back into Stardust and was excited as hell because I knew I was going to go to SummerSlam with Stephen Amell, and that rhymed kind of, by the way. So I knew that's where I was going, and I had, like Rey Mysterio, that was mine. That was my baby. I had, in Long Island, New York, had begged Vince, because I didn't want to do the stupid match with Neville, can I go hiss at Stephen Amell? He has 1 million social media followers. I'm giving him all these statistics that he loves to hear. And he has all this, and like he has a great audience, and it will be a great moment. And then I can go and do the honors for Neville, and everyone's better. And I'll think about it. So I like go out to the ring. I lie to them. Hey, he okayed it. Can we walk through it? So we walk through it with cameras, and there's a stand-in for Steven, and I hiss, and then I recede backwards. And like 5 minutes before the segment, Vince tells me, you can do the thing with the actor kid if you want to. Okay, thanks. Already planned it. And like I've never met Steven. I spoke to him. He got to the arena to take a tour. I think he just wanted to meet John Cena, to be honest. He got to the arena to take a tour, and he came up to me because we had our Twitter banter back and forth. And he was like, dude, it's so nice to meet you. And we had this good, and I asked him, hey, are you cool with this? Yeah. Should I take my shirt off? No. But if we do it, maybe it can build. Yeah. Okay. And then, the next thing we know, we did it, and it picked up on all those kind of like pop culture entertainment sites and enough that we took notice of it, and then it became nights where I lost sleep over various texts and I wanted to make it happen so bad, even if it's just a tag match, because here was the ticket. Stephen Amell was going to be my way out of doing Stardust, because we are doing this comic book villain and it can't be cheesy. If you look at Stardust, it's just me copying Jim Carrey Riddler is all it is, like blowing up the Batcave and all that shit. Essentially, this was going to be my way out. He's going to turn me back when he beats me. So I really wanted to, push forward. So when I came back after my dad passed, I had that in my pocket. However, when it ended, when we had great cross promotion, and I loved doing the Stardust Arrow stuff. That shirt we sold, it made $300,000 for a children's hospice in Toronto, and like Steven is a legit real life superhero, man. The amount of charity that guy does, that he doesn't just promote. It's wonderful to promote charity. It's also wonderful just to do charity. And he's a real life superhero, and we were able to do that together. So after, and I don't have a way out because we had a match that was going to be at Hell in the Cell, not a Hell in the Cell match, but at the pay-per-view. It was going to be the singles match, the follow-up from me versus Stephen Amell, and it had been approved by one of the bosses, the good cop. And then at the last minute, I got this call from like the LA office. There's 2 girls in the LA WWE office, and they're literally just checking their Facebook. We don't need to have that LA office. WWE does not. It's pointless. WWE films suck. So she calls and she's like, hey, we're not going to be able to do the thing with Steven. Sorry. So that's like, that Hell in the Cell match was if Stardust loses, Cody Rhodes comes back. So I'm sorry about my language. There's no kids in here, though, but essentially, fuck. Like, I got nothing else. This was supposed to be 3 months. Not. So I went into high gear I went down to the Performance Center. I went down and I made these various videos, one with Brandy where she was like this Harley Quinn character. This is funny. She was like talking about kicking people in the balls and stuff. It was just like, she made it like a ghetto Harley Quinn, and I loved it. And Vince liked it too, which was the sad part. He liked it. Yeah, let's keep working on it. Ugh. But months are going by. Finally, I have this artist. You may be familiar with him, not Ramon Villalobos. He works at Marvel. He makes me this concept art for how I want to look. And I have scheduled. Instead of just knocking on his door, I scheduled a meeting with the boss. And I tell him, hey, you know, you've asked me, what is Cody Rhodes? What is he? Man, my answer is complicated, but you should understand, it's me. Like, it's this. It's the guy who grew up on your television show, that had a mustache, that had a clear protective mask, that was in The Legacy, that did stuff with his family related, that was Stardust. This is me. Now as a full-fledged, ready, for the first time ever, ready performer. And I don't think it translated to him, but I got the okay that I was going to come back at WrestleMania or the day after. And as we know, I didn't come back at WrestleMania or the day after. I made the last-minute decision to do the polka dots at WrestleMania because I knew in my heart, I'm out. I'm out. When you've been told something's going to happen multiple times and never in your career have you dealt with people lying to you, it's very difficult. And it became one of those things where, hey, at this juncture, if y'all don't have faith in me, I don't have faith in you. If you don't have faith in what I can do, then I don't have faith in you, and I will go take it, and I will do it elsewhere. So that I don't even know if I answered your question. And
you did.
Okay, but it's definitely, I do not put all the blame on WWE because maybe time would have gone by, maybe things could have changed, but screw it. If things had changed, we wouldn't be here tonight. I wouldn't have got to wrestle Kurt Angle last night in a friggin' sold-out arena here in Manchester. Like this was the right call, and I'm just, you know, I'm glad I was able to do it. Yeah.